Okay, a big heads up. This chapter once again changes everything. We got some heavy revelations yet again, and the pacing keeps getting faster and faster. The world title fight against Ricardo is just around the corner, and Miyata gives us some information about the champion. Let's dive into it. As I've said in the stream, we got the press conference this chapter. That's how quick the pacing is. Ippo finally arrives in Osaka. He apologizes for being late. He meets Mari in the hall and enters the press conference with her. And there he is. Ricardo is sitting right there. Ippo's heart literally starts racing as he says, "That's Ricardo-san." And he's blushing too. Bro has to calm down. Even Mari calls him out for thirsting over Sendo's opponent like that. Lock in for once, man. Then someone approaches and says, "Obviously I want Sendo to win." As Ippo sees this person, he looks surprised. Who's this? It's none other than lightning pretty boy Miyata. And now look at this. As if Ippo wasn't down bad enough, he starts tweaking and says, "Miyata-kun, you came too? I'm also here." Bro, we can see that. What is happening with Ippo? It's like every time he sees Miyata, he gets a little more brain dead. Even Mari thinks he's doing too much. Have we ever seen him like this react to Kumi? He's in love, man. He starts yapping about Miyata's spa with Ricardo. Look at him chewing his ear off, bro. Read the room, man. Miyata says, "Can I say something?" "Yes." "Shut up." Look at Ippo's face. Even when he retired, he didn't look this sad. Mari is giggling because Ippo just got bitched by his dream man. Anyway, on to the actual press conference. The reporters asked Ricardo about his impression of the country. He says that he didn't come here for sightseeing, but he saw the Osaka castle. It's an unparalleled beauty. Bro, Morikawa is doing some peak marketing for Japanese tourism. Then they ask him about his impression of Sendo, and what kind of match should we expect. After thinking for a bit, he says, "Expect?" And then he knocks his fist on the table. Ippo and Miyata watch intently. Ippo remembers this pose. It's the same scenario as during the press conference for the Datte fight. Back then, Ricardo said it would be best not to expect anything. Ippo says he said it so bluntly. Absolutely cold statement. But what will it be this time? Sendo is in his own vibe right now. What might Ricardo say? Will he trigger him and cause a Brian Hawk situation? Ricardo takes a look at him. He asks him point blank, "Can I expect anything from you?" Holy. He is straight up asking him, "Are you worth something? Will you test me?" Sendo slowly opens his eyes, like a tiger awakening in the rays of the warm sun. The whole room is tense. Miyata and Ippo watch closely. And now look at this. What is this? I've never seen Sendo like this, bro. He's so ice cold that his eyes look like frozen crystals. This is worse than pure rage. This is a densely focused laser. He's smoldering like coal. Ricardo says, "I see." So it'll be that kind of match. He knows how ready Sendo is. This will be more than a fight, guys. It feels super off somehow. Something is happening. And then the face-off. They look into each other's souls. Ricardo with the typical cool hands in his pockets, and Sendo's brick fist is about to explode. Sendo says he'll go eat. He tells Ippo and Miyata to meet him at the gym in an hour and a half. Ippo says he should be resting and working on his focus. Sendo says it's fine. All he's gotta do is get into the ring. Besides, ain't nobody home anyway. Man, this is super sad. The feeling of being alone at home, especially before such a big fight. I feel extremely bad for Sendo. Miyata and Ippo reply with silence after hearing the pain in Sendo's voice. And now look at the fight poster. King versus Tiger. The fight for the WBA featherweight title. Absolute madness. Look at the teeth. Such a badass poster, man. In case you were wondering which year Hajime and Ippo is playing, and look at the bottom right. It says 200X, or early 2000s. The whole city is covered in them. That's how high profile the fight is. We see the entirety of Osaka going absolutely crazy about Sendo's fight. Everybody believes that he'll win. Ippo thinks that he can't imagine a hometown hero more beloved than him. Me neither. I've never seen someone so popular in Hajime and Ippo so far. Sendo literally has no haters. Ippo says Sendo is in his best condition, so we'll assume that there are no prior injuries nor cardio issues. This is the best version of Sendo versus the best version of Ricardo. As Ippo shadow boxes in Sendo's gym and Miyata lies on the ground like a hitchhiker, Sendo suddenly flies through the gym doors. Miyata says if you need something, hurry up. It's bad enough being alone with Ippo. And then Ippo thinks that it isn't bad for him. Man, there aren't even any allegations to beat. Ippo straight up wants us to know. Sendo says he has something for each of them. What could this be? First of all, he wants to know about Mashiba's condition. Then Ippo suddenly looks defeated a little bit. He looks down and says, "You want to talk about this right now?" Sendo insists. Then we get a clearer picture on Mashiba. He had a craniotomy. It was successful. If you don't know what a craniotomy is, they basically remove a part of your skull for a while so blood clots or swelling can be removed and treated. But he's still not talking. They don't know where else he might be injured. That's everything he knows. The energy in the whole room is as tense as the last day on Earth. The stakes feel so high right now. As Sendo and Ippo think about what Ippo just said, Miyata says something that'll solve a question about Mashiba many have been asking. A craniotomy. His career as a boxer is over. Damn. Can you believe it? Just like that. It was very likely before, but now it's confirmed too. Ippo looks sad, but somehow it seems like he already knew. Sendo says that's good. Ippo can't believe what he just said. He's glad he's still breathing. Ippo is about to jump him. Look at the shock in his eyes. Sendo continues. That guy got in the ring to die. Fucking awesome. I gotta do that too. Holy shit. I know exactly what you're thinking. Sendo will die. But pay attention to his wording. He basically said Mashiba got in the ring ready to die. That's what Sendo needs to do too. Don't get baited by this. But let's continue. Now it's Miyata's turn. He asks him if Ricardo did all this to his face. He says he was Ricardo's partner for 3 days, and to make it look better, he says Ippo got knocked out in a single spar. Bro, he didn't have to do him like that. And now Sendo wants to know, what do you think? And he straight up asks him, so can I win? Ippo looks to Miyata as if expecting the same attitude he always gives him. And now he says it. Will it really be as negative as Ippo expects it to be? Frankly speaking, as of right now, the only one in the world who possibly could beat him is you. This changes everything. He's not even including himself. He says Sendo is the only one in the world who could beat him right now. We have to do some deduction here. Miyata's face doesn't look too bad. That means he didn't eat too many bad punches. But the fact that he couldn't get anywhere with Ricardo means that his style simply didn't work. I'm betting it was his thinking versus Ricardo's overthinking. And Sendo being the one who could beat him means that this hinges on Sendo's instinctive and wild style that cancels out Ricardo's ADHD. Get ready, because as I said, everything will change. Buckle up and let's jump into the fight like tigers.